Boost Your Vocabulary session on YouTube. And in today's session, we are again going to discover some fantastic words. Vocabulary, as you know, is the building block of the English language. And if you don't have a command over the English language, then it's quite difficult to perform well in the competitive exams that you're due to give. Just attend these few sessions and you would already be on your way to mastering a few very good words. In the meanwhile, don't forget to take care of your health, because the month is January and in most places it would be winters. And don't forget to eat properly and focus on your studies as well. So let's begin, people. Yeah. Okay. So the first word that we have today is facile. So a good mnemonic for this word would be face easily. Well, if you talk about the meaning of this word, this word is used in two ways. One is easily achieved or effortless, and another meaning could be something which is lacking depth or superficial. So let's look at its usage in a sentence. He is a facile writer who can come up with interesting and complex prose. So this usage, the first one, goes with the first meaning, which essentially is as easily achieved or effortless. Well, the second sentence to this word would be, this is too facile a solution for so complex a problem. So if a problem is very complex and you come up with a very simple solution which might not actually solve the problem, right, but that solution seems to be very superficial, you can say that the solution is facile. And if you talk about the parts of speech, then this particular word belongs to the category of adjectives. And as you know, adjectives are words that describes a noun or a pronoun. Anyway, let's go to the next word, people. So the next word that we have here is exacerbate. And now I'm going to introduce you to roots. Roots can be a very interesting mnemonic. Roots can be a very interesting way to learn words. It can be a very interesting mnemonic as well. For example, here we have the root acer, A-C-E-R, which essentially kind of means bitter, sharp, sour, or stinging. Now, before I go discussing about this word, let me tell you a little bit about roots. So let's say when you are solving a question, let's say the exam, be it a question of antonym or synonym or fill in the blanks. Now there are certain words whose meaning you might not know, but if you are able to identify a certain root, then you can at least guess the meaning of the word, right? And as we say, we do not memorize words in English. We tend to develop a recall value. So roots can be a very good recall value as well. Anyway, so the meaning of this word exacerbate is to make something that is already bad even worse. Please understand that this word does not mean to make anything bad. So something is already bad, so it goes on to become worse. Let's say something has happened between you and your friend, and you two are not at talking terms anymore, and then you say something to your friend which hurts him or her even further. Then now what you have done is you have made this relationship even worse, which was already bad. So in terms of its usage, the word would, a good usage of this word would be, the remarks by the foreign minister will exacerbate the relationship between the two countries. And as parts of speech, we use exacerbate as a verb. Let's go to the next word. So the next word that we have here is Antediluvian. Now if you talk about the root of this word, a good root that we can see that occurs here is ante, which means before, in front of, or prior to. Please do not confuse it with anti, which means against. Well, again, if you talk about the meaning of this word, now this word again is used in two different ways. One way of usage could lead to the meaning of this word as something which is ancient or prehistoric. And another meaning of this word can be something which is very extremely old-fashioned. Let's look at some of its couple of the sentences, and I think this meaning would be clearer from that. So the first sentence says, the archaeologists discovered antediluvian remains of a man in the forest of Maharashtra. So this essentially means something which is very ancient, prehistoric, or it could be biblical times, even that, And he has very antediluvian notions of how family should function in these modern times. So now here we are talking about the ideas of the person. So this person belongs to today's days, that is the modern times, but his thinking could be very old-fashioned. So we can use this word in this particular manner as well. As parts of speech, we use this word as an adjective. Anyway, let's go to the next word. So the next word that we have here is belligerent. And a good root that occurs here is bell or belly, which means war, fight, or fighting. Again, if you talk about the meaning of this word, it is hostile and aggressive. And in a sentence, we can use this word as the boxer is always belligerent and ready to fight. Well, if you talk about this root, bell or belly, you might recall a certain word which is rebellion. So again, that is quite related to war, fight, or fighting. Another good synonym for this word can be bellicose, and another synonym could be truculent or pugnacious. So either way, so these are some of the synonyms that you can actually remember for this word. As a part of speech, this word is used as an adjective. Let's go to the next word. Now the next word that we have here is cadaverous. Cadaverous. And here a root that occurs is CAD, C-A-D, CAD, which essentially means fall. Now the meaning of this word is, this word is usually used to describe somebody who's very pale, thin, and the person has become pale or thin, especially from disease or hunger or cold, A good usage of this word could be, from afar, we could see German soldiers exhausted and cadaverous, limping towards the battlefield. As parts of speech, this word is used as an adjective. Okay, let's go to the next word. Now the next word that we have here is circumspect. And as you can see, a good root that occurs here is circum or circ. You can even talk about circ, like circumference or circle. And this root means ring, wheel, or round. Now the meaning of this word is careful to consider all circumstances and possible consequences. So somebody who's very careful, we can use this word to describe that particular person. For example, you are crossing the road and then you look around, or let's say when you're walking and you're kind of worried that somebody could be following you or watching you, then you tend to look around. So that way you can relate this word with everyday usages and all as well. Good usage of this word would be, Dheeraj is very circumspect in all his business dealings. That is, he carefully considers everything before he decides what the deal is going to be and whether he should go ahead with the deal or not. Once again, this word is used as an adjective when you talk about its category in the parts of speech flow of things. Anyway, let's go to the next word. So the next word here we have is cognoscible. Please do not pronounce this word as cognoscible. I used to commit that mistake earlier by pronouncing this word as cognoscible. So if you do, be careful. So this word is pronounced as cognoscible. And a fantastic root that occurs here is C-O-G-N, just like recognize. And this means, know or learn. So the meaning of this word can be cognoscible, that can be known or perceived. Something which is cognizable, that can be known or perceived. Now, look at the usage of this word. If the features were but cognoscible, no matter whether the flesh resembled flesh or oil skin. So whatever the flesh resemble, if the features of that person, it could be, a carcass or anything, if the features are perceived, that is, they can be, understood, the features, we can actually recognize that thing. So again, as parts of speech, we use this word as an adjective. Let's go to the next word. So the next word that we have here is collude, which essentially means to cooperate in a secret or unlawful way in order to deceive or gain an advantage over others. And as a mnemonic, you can see a good root that occurs in this word is coll, C-O-L-L, which means glue, adherent, or related, Now, please remember, we have to use this word in a negative sense. For example, you and your friend have joined hands to start a business or create something or do something good. So you will not say that I have colluded with my friend to start a business. But if you are planning to do something wrong, so I have colluded with my friend to, cheat another person or something like that, then in that case, you can actually use this word. So in terms of its usage, good usage would be the legislators colluded to bring the government down. And again, as part of speech, this word belongs to the verb category. Let's go to the next word. Now here we have again a nice word, which is conscientious. Conscientious. And a nice root again that occurs here is con with it, which is with, jointly, or together. That is, you do something with your conscience on, right? You don't leave it behind. So the meaning of this word is wishing to do one's work or duty well and thoroughly. He is a conscientious man as he takes his duties very seriously. And as part of speech, this word belongs to the category of adjectives. Let's go to the next word, people. Here we have credulous, and once again you can see as a mnemonic we can use the root cred, which means believe or belief or faith or confidence, just like credible. But the meaning is quite atypical in this case. As you can see, this word means having or showing too great a readiness to believe things. So who would be that person who believes anything very readily? Maybe a kid or a very naive person. So once again, this word is used in a negative sense, right? So a good usage of this word would be, he is so credulous that he believes everything he hears. So you listen to something, somebody tells you something about another person, you happen to believe it, and you straight away form your opinion. So in that way, you could be a very credulous person. As parts of speech, this word is again used as an adjective. Let's go to the next word, people. Oh, sorry. That's all for the day. So these were some of the words for you today. Try and go through the video once again. That will help you develop a strong recall value. And January is here, folks. Start consolidating your knowledge. Start revising a lot, and also look forward towards the upcoming competitive exams that are there. And at the end of the session, all I wish to do is wish you all the best. Take care of your health. Be focused. Don't let anxiety overtake you. Be confident, and just keep your mind on your preparation and forget about the world. So that's all for today, folks. Thank you very much.